Very good evening to all of you. My name is Ravi Pathak, and I'm a part of Natural family, and I'll be the part of GS team also, and I'll be taking up the polity and constitution part module that is related with the general studies, which is going to be important for both the exams. One would be the APPSC, and other would be the UPSC exam. So, if you people are preparing for either of the exams, this is going to be helpful for you because syllabus, if you have gone through the syllabus of UPSC and APPSC, then definitely you'll find that they have almost 99% overlapping as far as the syllabus is concerned. However, there may be some, you know, difference in approach when we attempt the questions for APPSC and UPSC as far as the mains part is concerned. But in prelims, almost the things are very similar on lines. So, as far as the classes are concerned, I mean, I had been told that you people are very comfortable as far as the English and the bilingual is concerned. So, do let me know whatever the mode of instructions you are interested in. I'm good in English also, and good in Hindi also, and I can speak bilingual also. So, the main concern is how far you are comfortable as far as understanding the language is concerned, right? Secondly, this journey is going to be slightly long because at Edunachal, what we believe that we put in the quality first. So our overall approach would be to handle the subject in such a manner wherein you all should be in a position to eliminate the options correctly if the question is being asked in prelims, and you must be in a position to write a very good answer, especially with the analytical approach if the question is being asked from mains perspective. And sometimes you find that in interview also, there are some questions which are related with the recent developments which took place in the preceding past, maybe, couple of months before, like 8 to 9 months before current affairs also. We need to keep a track because we do have a great probability of question being asked from those arenas also, at least 3 to 4 questions in our interview also. All right. So once again, I'm very thankful to the team Edunachal, the director, sir, and you students for giving me the opportunity to discuss the content related with polity, constitution, and governance for the competitive exams like APPSC and UPSC. Once again, a very good evening and a warm welcome to Edunachal family. Let's try to make this session worthy and best. So I'll be sharing the screen so that we can go in audio video format, so that you should be in a position to jot down the notes also if you want something to be jotted down. Anyways, we'll be providing the PDF of the notes to your respected email IDs, and that part will be taken by the management. So they will take care of it. Our team is there that will take care of it. The first thing what we'll do, we'll try to get an overview of the whole syllabus related with our GS paper 2, as well as in particular related with the polity, constitution, and governance. And then we'll pick the module and start accordingly from 3 perspectives: the prelims, the mains, and the interview. So shall we start? And the best way to answer, you can just use your chat box by replying, yes or no. Okay. Okay. So let's proceed now. Now, when we talk about our syllabus, I hope you guys have gone through it. And there, if you see, then what we are starting is nothing but we are actually starting with our general studies. And when we talk about our general studies, then here, basically, the whole pattern is divided, though you guys know about it, but since we are starting from the basics, so first I'll give you the overview, and then accordingly, you can take the steps forward, what we are going to cover up in the forthcoming classes. So when we talk about the general studies part, as I'm assuming that we all are beginner and we are preparing for the APPSC exam or the UPSC exam, either of them, and for both the stages of the examination are same. It is basically a 3-stage examination, where in the first stage, when we talk about, is popularly known as PT or preliminary test. The second stage, though, it comprises of two stages, namely second and third, but in common parlance, it is known as three-stage examination. Otherwise, if you read the notification, it says only two-stage. So second stage, what is popularly known as, we call it as mains. And the third stage, we call it as personality test, or very popularly, it is also known as interview. So when we talk about the exam pattern, basically this is what we have for both the examination, for the state of Arunachal Pradesh also, and for the Union Public Service Commission also. Okay, let me pause for a second and let me confirm whether you are able to see the screen or not. So is the screen visible to you guys?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So when we talk about this particular thing, then here, the whole idea is nothing but, since this is a beginners or the intro class, that's why I'm telling you. First, we'll look into our module, that what we are going to take. So basically, we are going to take the polity part, the constitution part, and the governance part. This is what we are going to deal with in our classes. Now we are going to look into it, that how far they are significance for us as far as the prelims is concerned, as far as the mains is concerned, or as far as interview is concerned. So the whole idea is that if somebody asks you tomorrow after this class that what exactly you are going to get after attending this class, so you must have an answer that after studying this, this is the benefit which I'm going to get in general studies, in general, and in particular after studying this particular subject. So as I told you, when we talk about the general studies part, again, it will have a role at the three places, that is in prelims also, in mains also, and in interview also. How? I'll explain you very shortly. So when we talk about prelims, obviously we have CSAT and GS. So in PT, we are going to get 200 marks worth question from general studies. In mains, we are going to have in all 1750 marks, that is 250 marks each in mains, different papers. An interview would be conducted for 275 marks. This is the overall thing. But when we talk about the breakup of this particular syllabus, then we'll find that general studies had been divided into four papers, namely paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, and paper 4. Now, when we talk about this four paper, all the four papers are equally important. Plus, you'll have two optional papers, that is one optional subject and two papers of that, and one essay paper would be there. When we talk about GS, this four papers, all the four papers contains equal marks, that is 250 marks each. So all these four papers would be for 250 marks, 250 marks, 250 marks, like that. Our classes are going to be focused on paper 2. So basically, out of this four paper, the location of our subject which we are going to start is nothing but paper 2. That means our target is to cover 250 marks worth question, right, as far as our paper 2 is concerned. Okay. Now, taking it or narrowing it down to micro level. So the idea what we got is we have to complete our general studies program, and in that, now we are going to venture around paper 2, right? And in paper 2, basically, first we'll look into from mains perspective. So when we talk about the mains perspective, then GS paper 2 rests upon three pillars, or three core subjects are there. One, it talks about the international relations, or what popularly called IR. Other is the polity, constitution, and governance. I'm writing it in short as PCG. And third, there would be some developments related with social issues, social justice, and Indian society. So what I'm trying to tell you that what is the significance of our subject, that is polity, constitution, and governance in three stages. What are those three stages? Prelims, mains, and interview. That after studying this subject, what we are going to get. Right now, we are seeing what is the advantage of studying this subject from mains perspective. So when we talk about this, as I've told you already, GS paper 2 is for 250 marks, and these 250 marks are distributed between three verticals. One vertical is international relation, other is polity, constitution, and governance, and third is some topics related with social issues, justice, and Indian society. Now, if I am the examiner and I have to divide this, then what would be the ideal division of marks? Total is 250. So roughly about 70 to 90 marks I would have allocated for IR questions. 70 to 90 marks worth question I would have allocated for polity constitution, and 70 to 90 marks worth question out of 250 I would have allocated for social issues and justice related questions. But we know that UPSC or APPSC is an unpredictable thing. It's not necessary that they are going to divide it on this equal footage. What happens in some years, we have a news which is more often related with our international relations, like if our honorable prime minister is visiting, you know, any country very oftenly, or we can say the multiple visits are there, then definitely the IR becomes very important for that year. So UPSC or APPSC may ask questions more than 120 marks plus from IR only. So what will happen to the rest of the subjects? Definitely there would be less number of marks.